Okay, let's just make sure that I've got the code from the game. I'll grab the code that I posted, and we're going to add levels to it. And then we'll add, I think I caught out the first L. Okay, so first off, when we kill all the bubbles, nothing happens, right? It doesn't detect that we're on the last game. So we need to do something to say you're on level 1. When you pop all the bubbles, you get to level 2. We can change the background, we can change the colors of the bubbles, we can change the size of the bubbles so that the game is different each level. So let's go do that. First off, we're gonna say let level equals 1. Okay, that means the game starts at level 1. And if we go in at the very bottom of our draw, where is draw? The very bottom of our draw, we have something that displays the instructions. Move to space to shoot. Okay, so we're going to actually copy that and paste it, and we're going to display the level. Level, and what was the variable I used? Level. Okay, so this is the variable of level. It's 1. This is text that goes before it, so the user knows what that 1 means. Okay. So I'll put a semicolon there. And this is the X. I want it to be lined up with the instructions, but I want it to be a little bit down. So let's go 35. And if we hit play, hopefully we get the level right there. Okay? The level's 1. So now what we want to do is we want to check every second. Should we move to the next level? Should we move to the next level? Anytime we want to check something every second, we can do it in draw, because draw updates all the time. And I could start putting the code here, and it would work, but it would get messy, because draw is supposed to be about drawing, and it's not supposed to have 100 if statements for other stuff. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to say call the function check level. Okay? Just to keep it clean. And outside of this function, I'm going to make a new function called check level. Okay? Now what do I want to do in check level? How do we know it's time to move to the next level?
All bubbles are gone.
All bubbles are gone. If bubbles.length is equal to 0. Okay, I made a mistake there. Anyone know?
Oh, there's no bracket.
The mistake I made is when you ask a question, you use 2 equals. We're asking if the bubbles array is empty, if it's equal to 0. So if it is, let's say level gets level plus 1. Okay? And notice I'm going to play now. I'm not going to code my whole thing. And a lot of you will say to me, I don't know what's happening, right? And I'll have to help you debug. But you've coded like 400 things. Let's just see if it works before we go on and add more. We're going to have to lower the gravity. It's a little hard. Okay. Is it working? Yeah, it is, because it keeps saying, okay, it's empty, next level, next level, next level. Our job, level 2, is to put some bubbles on the screen, and then this won't happen. Okay? So now we're going to say, we've got to control what happens on level 2, what happens on level 3. We use an if statement for that. If level equals 2. If level equals 3. Okay, and I can keep going for each level in my game. Does it matter that these if statements are in this if statement? It does matter, because I only want to do this when the array is empty. When we have no bubble, increment the level from 1 to 2, and then now on level 2 we're going to do some, but we only want to do it once. We want to make a new bubble. How many bubbles are in level 2? Right? So I can copy this code and say level 2 has 2 bubbles. Only this is the X, that's the Y. Let's say one goes at 4, And let's go here, and my level 3 has 3 bubbles. Okay? And to make a fun game, you have to play with these values so the bubbles start in cool spots. I'm leaving that up to you. So for example, in level 2, let's make the bubbles bigger. And let's see if that actually works. Okay, so level 1 has 1 bubble. Yeah, okay, awesome, and it does work. I'm going to show you one thing. Now, I was able to do that because those are in the constructor. X, Y, size. You see that? Let's go to the bubble. X, Y, size. But there are other things I might want to change, like the speed of the bubble, the gravity of the color, or even the color. Later we're going to do color, right? So let's say, I'm just showing you this. I'm doing this because it's quick and easy, right? I do it all in one line, new bubble, and it adds it to the list. But let's say I want to change other things about the bubble before I add it to the list. Then I can do this. I'm just going to make it a little bit more complicated. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to say let bubble B equal. Okay, have I changed anything? Does my code work any differently? The answer is no, because all I did was make a bubble B, its exact same bubble, and I'm adding it to the list, just like I did. So to be clear, this and this are the same thing, but there's an advantage to doing it this way if I need it. What's the advantage?
You can add more bubbles.
I can. No, not I can add more bubbles. I can change things about B. Because here I never gave it a name. I can never really talk about that bubble unless I get it from the list. Here, before I add it, I can say B dot speed X equals 1. Right? And then so these bubbles are going to be big, but they're going to be slow moving. Right? And I can do the same thing here, only if I keep using the same name, notice I'm using B again, I have to get rid of the let. So they're both the same, but if I want to really change the bubble outside the constructor, I need to call it something, and then I can change it. Let's see if that works. Oh, and this would have to be B in here. Okay, I'm expecting that when I get to level 2, I'm going to have slow X moving bubbles. Did I? Unexpected error. Let B. Oh, I don't have to say let bubble B. I just say let B. And here I don't have to. Just B. Okay, let's see if it works. Yeah. Okay. Something's wrong. Why do I only have 1 bubble?
Are they on the exact same spot?
Are they on the exact same spot? Yeah, they are. See, that's their X, that's their Y. So I can move this one a little bit to the right. I can even change its Y. You know, later on, maybe I'll show you some code how to change the color. You should know how to do that, right? And we'll make bonus ups and health next. Any questions about this? Let's just verify that there are 2 bubbles. So now that you have levels, you should think about how is each level going to be different than each other. You can play the game and see. Okay. I do think maybe my gravity is a little bit too much. We do have to talk about gravity to make it a little bit better. Maybe, I wonder if I could go, instead of -1, I can go 0.5. Let's just see. Yeah, maybe that's better. Not the X, where's the Y? Gravity equals gravity plus 1. Let's go gravity equals gravity plus half. Well, and then it doesn't drop as fast. I'll let you play with the gravity and get some levels.